And also, could you give us a couple of examples of the second-hand market and how is the transactions, how much money they could make, or what is the arbitrage of the arbitrage that they could make for a
Well,
for a match?
so of course, I'm not really. I can. I mean, I'm not really allowed to do investment advice and so on. But
Of course.
just maybe I can give you some ideas. It really depends on how badly people want the location. Because one example is, for example, the one big sale that we did was the Tour Eiffel. So the price of the lands now, the base price is between $10 and $100, depending on how many lands people bought around you.
Mhm.
And the Tour Eiffel, so let's say that the base maximum price is $100, and the Tour Eiffel that is represented by 60 lands was sold in an auction for $123,000, something like that. So it's kind of more than $2,000 per land. No, so and that happened because, of course, there was a competition and all people wanted that. So it really depends on how much the land is desired by many people at the same time. So yes, and also it's difficult to predict. Of course, I mean, a rule of thumb is that famous locations will attract more eyeballs. But it really depends. We also have people that sometimes happen this kind of bidding wars. So there's two people that want one land and they fight within each other, and the price can go very high. So, but in general, I would say that the way I see, this lands in over, it's really very similar to the way I see the web domains. So again, web domains can, depending on how successful also is the platform and the use case, they will trade high or low. No, I mean, the people that bought web domains back in the 2000s, there was lunatics that was buying something that maybe would not have a value anymore. And now, I mean, some of them they made very well. Some of them also they made very bad. But so it's both a combination of the location and how the project, of course, goes. Because if you think about this also, there is one of the critiques that we often receive, and I mean, it's well funded. They say, of course, you build this digital land, but everybody can build one. And it's true. It's like, the space here is unlimited. So the value of this digital piece, this digital lands, doesn't really, depends, yes, on the location. But I think that depends even more on how much utility you can bring to that land. So that's why we are so focused now on building all of these features to make the land usable. Because I mean, if you think about that, really dividing the world in hexagons or some people that are divided in squares, that you cannot actually do it, but because you have to think to the football balloon. No, it's hexagons and pentagons. No, because you cannot. It's like a geometric problem. You cannot. But anyway, it's not a big problem. I mean, to divide the world in something and sell it. And during like the bull run and so on, people will buy anything. But in the long run, I mean, this is our thesis, and let's see what the market says. But the thing that will retain value is the things that are usable, where you can do something with it. And so that's why we are super focused really on building the tools that I was mentioning you before and so on. So I think that right now we have 22 developers. So we are really, really maybe too much focused on development because usually I really admire some people say that project is just marketing, is just communication. They have nothing, but it's not easy to communicate. So I mean, I think that we are much more better in building software than communicating. So that's why probably I say that we should put more effort also on the communication side. And yet, I mean, we are 8 people also in the communication side. So it's not that there's nobody. But I would say that if we think about our strength, is really the technology side. And this is something that also other projects recognize to us more than, the communication. But we are working on that also, yeah.
Actually, uh, since also you do the crowdsource uh, about the AR tools and AR games in the AR locations, it's also very interesting. It will increase people, the user side actually definitely. So as you said, so I see more and more over. I used to start checking over in I think 1 or 2 years ago. So
Okay.
since it's as you said, so long run is the most important stuff. So I see more and more over on the news or on the social media. So it's getting much more eye catch on the product and much more I think user on your side.